everyone, it's Beck here, and I have another tutorial for you using the Swirlydoos February 2017 project add-on kit. This month there was a heart shelf in the kit, and this is how I've decorated it. So what came in the project add-on kit this month was this Craft DIY heart shelf. It just comes in two pieces, a little shelf that you can remove to decorate to begin with. There's also some Craft blooms, a 49th Market paper vine, some rhinestone trim, some beaded trim, and also you have this little bottle of enamel accents by Ranger in black. So what I've done to begin with is I've just taken the shelf, and I haven't prepped it in any way, and I've just started by adding the enamel accents to it. This covers really brilliantly. You only need one coat and it is very quick and easy. So I've just done the front and on the sides. I didn't do the back, and I've also done the shelf. Just remember to leave a little bit on the tab of the shelf clear, because a lot of times with these wooden projects, if you add paint to the tabs, they swell and you can't get them back into the hole. The next thing I'm doing is I'm just along the edge of that shelf, I'm just going to add some of the rhinestone trim, and I'm just adding this with some glue. If you prefer hot glue, works well as well, it'd be a lot quicker. I prefer the Aliens glue, it gives me time to move stuff if I'm not happy with the placement. So once I have the shelf done, I'm going to start by adding the trim to the whole of the back of this heart. So I'm just adding glue and adding one strip at a time and cutting it to length as I go. And trying to make it as straight as possible. So just keep doing one line at a time. And if there's any little spots at the edges, I've just cut off a single rhinestone and placed it in there to fill any gaps that may occur. Okay, so this is as far as I got with the trim that came in the project add-on kit. I didn't measure it and I actually ran out of trim. But luckily Chrissy loves this trim and she's added it to multiple kits. So I've just taken one of the trims from a different kit. Unfortunately this one has slightly larger rhinestones, so they don't quite match up. So what I've done is I've decided to put some in this bottom bit underneath here, and then I decided to remove the edge to make the edges even with the different size of rhinestone. Obviously if you're going to do it this way, I'd make sure you have enough trim before you begin to make sure it's all the same type, but I've covered these areas with flowers, and in the finished product you really can't tell that there's two different types of rhinestones on it. So here it is, all finished. You just leave it to dry, and of course the glue, while it's white while it goes on, it dries clear so you can't actually see it. You can just see the black coming through under the rhinestones. So what I've got is I've got the flowers. I've also got a few things from my own stash, a few black flowers and a few more of the 49th and Market flowers. Plus I have a little bit of paper and a little saying cut from the Valentine's paper from this month's kit. And I have those to add. So I'm just going to start by adding my vine just along to one edge of the shelf, and then I'm going to start adding some flowers. So this is what I'm going to add my paper pieces. I'm just putting some cardboard underneath there just to prop it up a little bit so it's not flat against the rhinestones. Now I'm having a little bit of trouble with the end of that vine not sitting right on my thing, so I've just chopped that off and put everything back in place. And I'm also putting just a little bit of cardboard under the saying just so it's a little more 3D on the page. So I'm also starting to embellish the opposite corner. Again, just to cover up those mismatched rhinestones. So I also like to fill in the vine, so I'm just putting flowers in between the flowers on the vine. And this is just to give it a fuller look. And so just adding some little flowers in just to fill in any gaps that may be lying around. And lastly, I'm just going to put on some more leaves. So I have a few of these leaves that came in one of the 49th and Market flower kits, and they're just such cute little leaves. They're perfect for everything. So I've got a few of those that I'm popping around. You can just stick them any place you see a gap. And then just leave this all to dry so it all sets together. Okay, so the final part for this shelf, I've decided to punch out some butterflies on vellum. So all I'm doing is I'm getting a butterfly stamp and a piece of vellum with some archival ink, and I stamp it out, and then I have these punches that match my stamps. I think it's the Stampin' Up brand. I bought these a long time ago, and I think it's one of my most used items. So I'm just punching out 4 of the little baby butterflies and 3 large ones. Obviously, if you don't have a punch and stamp kit, just stamp your images and then just cut them out with a pair of scissors. It's a little bit more time consuming, but of course you still get the same end product. So I'm taking a little bit more of the rhinestone trim, and I'm just going to place little pieces in the middle of the butterflies. So I'm cutting 3 rhinestones for the large butterflies and 2 for the smaller ones, and just sticking it on with some glue. And then you just place them around the layout. So that's my finished layout. Thank you very much. It's not a layout, sorry, it's a heart shelf, a bit tired. Thank you for watching. It was really easy to make, and I hope that you can all have fun with the heart shelf from your Swirlydoos kit. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.